start writing your carbohydrates. Okay? There's a lot of people who want to avoid carbohydrates totally. I don't agree. Have you heard of the Atkins diet? Yeah. Totally don't want carbohydrates, and it's not good. Okay? So we want you to start writing, tracking your carbohydrates. If there is not much space, I always do the abbreviation CHO, which is carbohydrate, and you can track your carbohydrates. Okay?
Excuse me.
Yes?
Where did you say to put that?
There is a blank column here, so you can track it. Okay. So carbohydrates. Okay. Blank column. Carbohydrates. Any question? Okay. Before your fat and your calories, there is a blank column, so write your carbohydrate. Again, we want you to track it. We will later on talk more about simple sugar, complex carbohydrates, and fibers, so that's something to remember. This group is, you guys are so wonderful. We are very happy you are part of this program. But this is a bigger group than I had last time. And you don't know each other, you don't know us very well, but we want to be a big family. May not be a big happy family, but we want to be a big family. And the first part of being a big family is respect. So we want to respect you. We want you to respect me and your health coaches. And I want you to respect each other. Okay? So because there's a lot to be covered, if you have questions, maybe have most of them towards the end. You can ask in between, but we want to get through our program materials. So again, we are hoping that we will be able to take all your questions. If you have a question and we didn't have time, make sure you ask your health coaches. And if they don't know, they'll bring it to me. If I don't know, I go to an expert. So we will definitely get your questions answered, okay? Blood results, if you have not signed up for it, go and Samantha has the list, so you can sign up for it. If you have not done your weights, again back there, we will do your weights. Next week, I'll be at a conference in Chicago. Really not a great place to be next week, but I have to be there. So myself and Samantha would be gone for this coming weekend. Just to let you know, you are all in good hands. Kay is going to be doing your registration, and everyone else will be there, but I may not be there, and Samantha will not be there. That's about all. Okay, so for your food tracking booklet, make sure that you are tracking from Monday to Sunday. So when you come Monday, you give me a whole week of your tracking, okay? So Monday to Sunday is when you are tracking, okay? Every Monday, you start with a new book. And you should have extra ones. If you don't, make sure you ask us. And also, many times, let's say you missed a session, and we may want to send you something by mail. I have never asked your mailing address. I do have your email and your phone number. Having that helps us to mail something out to you, like the program that just ended and the participants, the last post-program blood work, I'm mailing it to them. So I want your mailing address, and we will have some small sheets for you to write down before the end of the day. So I will pass that around later on, okay? You can go ahead and start.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. In the last session, we talked about healthy eating. So how did keeping track of your weight and eating go this week? Good? Bad? Bad. Bad, because some of you told me that you had a bad week when you were weighing in. So, just remember, even if you had a bad week, today is starting a new week, and you can do better this week. So keep it positive. What changes did you guys make to eat a healthier diet overall?
Throughout the potato chips.
Throughout? Good job.
Actually, my husband brought the potato chips in, and today I went to look for them, and I said, where are the potato chips? And he said, well, I gave them to the possums.
I love that. Feed the animals.
Well, because I said to him, you're making it hard for me because you bring in all these potatoes.
Yeah, well, good.
He did a good thing.
Good, yeah, absolutely. Anyone else?
I like chips and salsa, so I bought corn tortillas and I cut them up like into little triangles and baked them.
Yes,
So they
good.
were lower in fat.
Yeah, and how did they taste?
They were really good, but then my son ate the rest of them.
Oh.
Portioned out in single, serving
Yeah.
sizes.
Yeah. Good. Anyone else want to share?
Bought more fruit.
A lot more fruit? Good. Did you try any new fruit? Or just try to add more? Good. Okay. Did you eat more slowly and more mindfully this time? Yeah? So how did that feel? Was it weird or how was the change eating more slowly? Okay.
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it? Thank you for being honest.
I forgot, actually.
Yeah, no, we definitely throw a lot of information at you, so, it's okay if you forget. That's why we're reminding you at the next session. Okay. What problems did you have? How did you solve them?
I have some trouble figuring out how many calories are in, if it's a casserole or a recipe.
Right. Sam was talking to someone earlier, and if you have MyFitnessPal, you can actually create recipes in there, and it'll calculate that all for you. So, I know it's an app on your phone, but I'm sure you can get it on the
web
internet.
too.
You can get it on the internet. Yeah, it's on the internet too. So, and it's free. MyFitnessPal.
You can also do the bar scan. So when you're making a recipe, you can actually just scan the barcode, and so you don't have to put all the information in there too.
Got she's saying that you can scan the barcode on your food whenever you add, before you add it, like from the store, and it recognizes it.
In my
Yeah, I have that on my
Yes,
fitness
MyFitnessPal.
pal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
what's
it
nice
tells you
about
all
it,
the
because my
reasons
husband and I is doing it together,
Yeah.
he can actually just go onto mine and pull down and
Whatever she
change.
had put together.
Yeah.
something.
And change or
Add the meal
add.
tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. So at the end of the last session, you set an activity goal. Were you guys able to be active 3 to 4 times last week? Yeah. No. Why not?
I have the placer on my phone,
Yeah.
and I don't always take my phone everywhere where I'm walking.
Well, we will solve that today. We're getting pedometers. Okay. So who else was able to be active 3 to 4 times? Anybody? Yeah? How was that? Is that what you normally do, or did you add something?
I just did more.
You just did more? Good. And how'd you feel?
Great.
Great. That's what I like to hear. Good. Anybody else?
I thought about it.
You thought about it? Well, that's our first step. You're thinking about it. This week, we're going to act. All right, so far we've been focusing on losing weight and healthy eating. Today we're going to start talking about physical activity and achieving and maintaining an active lifestyle throughout the program and then even beyond when it's over. So most of us are more sedentary now than we were when we were younger, or even when our grandparents and our parents. There's a lot more conveniences. There's dishwashers and elevators and everything. So we're just not quite as active. So we need to know the difference between a planned activity and an unplanned activity. Did everyone get the session packet from this time? Yeah? Okay, just checking. So a planned activity is a structured part of your day. So let's say you go to work, you pack your gym clothes before you leave, and you say, I'm going to walk after I go to work. That's a planned activity. A spontaneous activity would be, let's say I go to the grocery store. I'm not going to park really close to the door. I'm going to park a little bit further. And it's not really structured into your day, but it's just an active choice that you make that's small, but it adds up to your overall activity goals. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool. Okay, so we also need to talk about safety. Did everyone get their doctor's approval for exercising and everything? No? Kind of? Well, we're going to start out nice and slow. And we don't want you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. So we're going to talk about our starting point. And this is on page 2. So our starting point, it doesn't matter what activity level you're at. You know, if you go to the gym 3 times a day, Jane, or if you don't do anything at all, that's perfectly fine. You start wherever you're at. And then we're going to keep track. Just like we've asked you to keep track of your calories and your fat and now your carbs in your keeping track book, we're going to start asking you to keep track of your steps. And you can get that from the pedometer we're going to give you later. Also plan ahead. Like I said earlier, you know, go for a walk right after work. Instead of going inside to go under the refrigerator to get a snack, go take a walk instead. Or if some of you are early birds, I'm not an early bird. You could go before work. You know, go exercise, then you shower, and then go to work. So, a couple different options. And then we're going to talk about progression. Your progression will be slow and safe with increases of no more than 30 minutes per week. That's less than 5 minutes per day. Okay? So it sounds like a lot, but when you really break it up and think about it, it's not too bad. So now we're going to talk about warning signs and when to stop exercising. So when do you think you should stop exercising?
She said when you start.
When you start. No, cheater.
If you have chest pain.
If you have chest pain, very good. What else? Shortness of breath, very good. Tachycardia. Yes, Ms. Nurse. Okay, so if you're feeling chest pain or discomfort, what does it feel like? It's a feeling of pressure, pain, squeezing, or heaviness. Where do you feel this? In your chest, in your back, shoulders, arms, neck, and jaw. So what should you do if you're feeling any of this kind of pain?
Go to the emergency room?
Stop. You're going to stop first.
Okay.
If it doesn't go away after 2 to 4 minutes, then you're going to go to the emergency room. If it does happen to go away, you know, it's up to you whether you want to go to the emergency room or not, but at least keep track of it somewhere where, you know, I was walking outside my neighborhood and I started to feel chest pain, so I sat down, just kind of keep a record of it, and then the next time you go see your doctor, just kind of let him know. So if we're experiencing severe nausea, shortness of breath, cold sweats, feeling lightheaded or irregular pulse, you need to stop, sit, or lie down. This time we're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes. If it doesn't go away, call your doctor. And then again, if it does go away, just make sure you keep track of it. Cool? Does anyone have any questions? All of the signs and symptoms that we talked about, they should not be ignored. They could be serious, you know, it could be a serious health or heart problem. So you want to make sure that you let your doctor know. So, cool. Okay, now is the fun part. We're going to talk about pedometers. Pedometers. Okay. My lovely assistant Steven is going to help me pass them out.
Good girl.
Oh, and if she gets tired, then the next day you divide it by 2.
I'm not supposed to break it already. I've lost it already.
Next time, I can sit there.
Good overachiever.
Who's there? You would.
set these up or they're ready?
How many times out? They're pretty much ready to go. Okay.
I tripped over myself.
All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about your pedometer. You can take it out of the box. Using a pedometer can be fun. Yes, it can. And it provides useful feedback about how active you are during the day. Starting tomorrow, you're going to wear your pedometer every day. When? Every day. All right. When you're wearing your pedometer, it records your steps. And you want to clip the pedometer to your clothes at your waist when you first get up. And make sure that before you do that, you hit the reset button. So there's a little yellow button. You just press it, and it goes back to 0. Make sure it's securely attached and warm firmly against your body so that it does not jiggle. So no jiggling, no cheating. You're going to clip it onto your pants, kind of in line with your hip bone and your femur. Do not let it flop around in your pocket or on your purse. All right, make sure to keep it upright. So you can't wear it upside down. It has to stay upright. This is important. Make sure that you do not let the pedometer get wet. No getting it wet. So, you can't wear it when you're taking a shower, or if you take a bath, or you go swimming. And if it's like downpouring, make sure that it's covered up. You can cover it up with your shirt. Just make sure it doesn't get wet. And then make sure you take it off when you sleep, and then write down the number of steps on it in your keeping track book. And Janet would like to say something.
Be careful when you go to the bathroom. Because I've almost lost my pedometer down the toilet several times. It fell off of the top of my pants.
Caution when you use the bathroom. Okay. So, what we're going to do, make sure that you zero out your pedometer. We're going to have you put it on your pants, and then we want to make sure that it's working. So, I want you all to get up and take 100 steps.
Right now?
Ready, go.
I'm still trying to figure out what's in there.
Walk around. If it's not working, let us know.
Might need a new one.
When you're at 100 steps, then you can sit down. No
Let's see if it really
until
works.
I can't see. That's cheating. Put that back to 0.
I already had 6,000. I reset it 3 times.
So duck to it around. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
Steps off.
I am going the wrong way. Did you get it clear to 0? Yeah, I got to 0.
How you doing, okay?
40, 41, 42, 43.
11, wow. How many times do you walk around?
Oh, I love this. We should do this all the time.
You want to walk further, we can go over
I'm waiting for it to be small.
I got 111. Just 119. We're to them place.
Yeah, I wonder how far mine is gone.
Is anyone having problems or anything?
Over 100 steps and mine says 86.
Well, sometimes we found out yesterday that if you take light steps, sometimes it doesn't register. So, I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but it's, I mean, that's pretty close.
Doing that for nothing.
Overachiever, I love it. We all okay? Any problems? I started my winter garden. Being a director, I do it. The what? Outdoor or indoor? Steven, assistant, can you look at hers?
No, where are you going? But they always go somewhere.
For WB. No,
That was it?
next year we're going to Macy's Day Parade. All right, so I think everyone's doing okay, yeah?
Seems simple too, and I can't use it.
Let's go ahead and head back. So what are some of the benefits of physical activity?
Yeah, you want to close it.
Anybody? Gets your heart pumping.
Because there's little things there.
Very nice, yeah. It helps absorb some of that glucose in your blood. What else? What are some other positive aspects of exercising? Burns calories. Nice. All right, so now I'm on page 5. It's going to help you look, feel, and sleep better. It's going to make you more physically fit. It's going to be easier for you to do daily tasks. It's going to help you lose weight and keep it off. It's going to improve your bone density, your muscle strength, which then will enhance your balance, your joint stability, and your flexibility. It's also going to lower your risk for heart disease and diabetes, which is our ultimate goal. So, being more active can raise your good cholesterol, your HDL, lower your triglycerides, your LDL, your bad cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, and then, again, like she said, lower your blood sugar, and then it makes your body more sensitive to insulin. So, lots of good things from exercising. All right, so now we're on page 6, and it's a worksheet. We're going to fill some of it out. The goal is to do 2.5 hours of exercise each week. So that's 150 minutes. We're going to start out slow. You can break it up into increments every day. You do 30 minutes of exercise each day. You're right in there. You can break it up in 10-minute increments. So in the morning, you can wake up, walk for 10 minutes. Then, you get ready for work at lunchtime, walk 10 more minutes. And then when you get home from work, then you have 10 more, and then you're at your 30 for your day. So break it up so it's not, all at once, unless you want to. That's perfectly fine. Make sure that you pick activities that you like. If you don't like to run or you don't like to swim, don't do it. Make sure you can walk, you can bike. There's all kinds of different things you can do. Work up to your goal slowly. If you can't do 30 minutes a day right now, that's perfectly fine. Start with what you can. And make sure you spread the activity throughout 3 to 4 days a week. So now I'm going to have you fill in the questions. How active are you right now? What kind of activities do you do? Who do you do them with? For how long? Are there activities that you did in the past that you no longer do? So, did you run cross country when you were in college and now you don't do it? Why did you stop doing those activities? And then there's a chart, and it's what I like about being active, what I don't like about being active. That's the first half, and then the second half, what you like about being inactive, and what you like about being active. Or what you don't like about being inactive. Sorry. Go ahead and fill that out. If you have questions, let me know. Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
You've got a good outside voice.
Yes.
That's from yelling at those
It's from yelling at my flag
flag
kids.
corps.
So we're on page 6, just in case you're lost. You two making jokes over there. Okay,
Well, yeah. You can't stop something if you've nearly started.
that's true.
Page 6.
Split down the back. Don't let it dry rot it.
Oh.
I'll get a lot of fun on that. It's great.
Are we ready? Do we need a couple more minutes? Okay, that's fine.
We're not turning this into you, are we?
No. But maybe I'll just take yours. Just kidding.
I'm gonna finish working on this real fast.
That's fine. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the first question. How active are you right now? Not.
Oh, I'm sitting right here.
You just walked around for 100 steps, so you're a little active, right? Okay, so if you are active, what type of activities do you do? Water aerobics, very good. And who do you do that with? Just other participants?
People in my class.
Yeah. And how often do you do that?
Twice a week, so 55 minutes each time.
Nice. Good job. Don't wear your pedometer in the water.
Don't worry about that either.
Yeah. Oh, did you do that?
I didn't.
Oh, good. Anybody else?
I walk my dog
You walk your dog, very good. And how long do you do that? Do you know how many miles or minutes?
3 times a day, 10 to 20 minutes.
Nice. Very good.
As long as it, that's, I mean, having a dog is really useful.
Plus you can cuddle with them. I'm a dog lover. Okay. Anybody else want to share? Okay. So, are there activities that you used to do that you don't do anymore?
Yeah.
Like what?
Roller skate.
Roller skate. That's cool.
Ride the bike.
Square dancing.
Tennis.
Tennis. Nice. Did you get tennis elbow? Pardon? Did you get tennis elbow?
I did, among other injuries.
So why did we stop these activities?
Bicycle riding.
Bicycle riding.
She won't let me.
She won't let We stopped them because of injuries. Why else?
Asking why I can't ride.
Oh no.
Injuries.
Injuries?
10 staples in the back of his head.
Oh my goodness.
Would you take the bike away from him?
Yeah. Maybe we'll give him a stationary bike with a seatbelt.
Get a three-wheeler.
Get a three-wheel. There you go. All right. So, what do we like about being active?
How I feel after.
Happy. You like how you feel after?
Lose weight.
You lose weight. Very good. What don't you like about being active?
Takes too much time.
Takes too much time. It hurts.
Takes a lot of energy to get
Energy to get started.
Too much.
You sweat, yes. Seriously, I work at a gym in Morgantown, and all of my clients, fitness members, they tell me, Heather, It's just getting to the gym that's my problem. Once I'm there and I get going, I'm perfectly fine, you know. Make sure that you put your bag in your car before you leave for work, or make sure that that's the first thing you do when you get up. You know, you brush your teeth, you go to the gym. Or you don't have to go to the gym. You can walk around your neighborhood, go to the mall. I know a lot of people like to walk around the Morgantown Mall. That's a good option. So, and I've had numerous people tell me, I don't like to sweat, so I don't want to exercise because I'm going to sweat. Sorry. Now, what do we like about being inactive?
Nice long leisurely days.
Nice long leisurely. Good. What else?
You don't have to force yourself to do it.
You don't have to force yourself to do it.
Gives me time to think and think up new ideas.
It gives you time to think of new ideas or do other things.
Do other things. Work puzzles.
Yeah. And then what do we not like about being inactive?
Boring.
Boring? Yeah, you get bored.
No, it's not boring.
Not as energetic.
You're not as energetic.
And might make me feel lazy when I'm in it.
Does make you feel lazy, you gain weight. Yeah, I've also had many people tell me, you know, Heather, I went on vacation for a week and I just feel like a slug. Like I haven't exercised for a week, so I just don't feel as good as I did, you know, when I was coming in regularly. So you definitely do feel better, you know, if you get it more into an exercise routine. All right, so on the back on page 7, this is just an example of a progression. So, for example, in week 4, this person walked 30 minutes per week. They did it 5 days for 12 minutes. That's all, 12 minutes. So then in the next week, week 5, they walked 90 minutes, so they increased by 30. They still did it 5 days per week, and they only increased it by 6 minutes each time. That's not too bad, right? No, the answer is no. I'm just kidding. Yeah. If you can't do 6 minutes, that's perfectly fine. You know, increasing it by a minute or little increments is perfectly fine. Just remember whatever works for you, okay? Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay. So we're going to plan to be active for our week. So we're on page 8. We have another worksheet to fill out. You can find time to be active. So you're going to fill out the blanks. Set aside blocks of time throughout the week to be active. When can you set aside a block of time to do an activity that you like? What activity is it? Where will you be doing the activity? And then look for free time during the day and use this time to be active. When during the day might you have some free time, 10 to 15 minutes? Go ahead and fill that out.
All the time.